Hey, how's it going guys? Kat right here. I'm so excited for this video because we're going to be talking about when it comes to gardening, the sun matters, and the sun matters a whole ton. We'll be talking about zones, we'll be talking about the different kinds of plants like sun-loving plants, shade-loving plants, and how you need to get to know your yard and how the sun flows. I help you beautify your yard, and man, I have fun doing it, so stick around. So first is know your zone. If you're not sure what a zone is a zone will tell you, it's the USDA plant hardiness zone, tell you how cold it gets and how hot it gets in your area so you can know your climate, and then that'll help you choose which plants can survive and thrive in your climate or which ones are gonna die because it gets just too cold or too hot. So I live in zone 7B, which means my winters bring freezing cold nights and my summers gets very hot, very dry. I think we get up to about the high 90s is our temperature. So I definitely have to be very careful that I can buy plants that will survive those freezing cold nights and those dry, hot summers. So the first type of plant is sun-loving plants. Sun-loving plants need about 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight for them to thrive and be most happy. And some examples of these are sunflowers, marigolds, Russian sage, junipers, lavenders, and decorative grass. So the next type of plant is shade-loving plants. Shade-loving plants can vary quite a bit. There is partial shade-loving that like about 3 to 6 hours of direct sunlight, and full shade-loving like about 3 hours of direct sunlight. And yes, this can vary quite a bit depending on the plant and the variety of plants. So that's why you got to pay attention to those tags so it'll show you and tell you how much sun those like. Some examples of full shade-loving plants are hostas, ferns, hydrangeas, coral bells. Many years ago, I planted a whole row of hostas in our front flower bed. It gets full sun in the morning and then it gets afternoon shade. I was thinking that this was enough shade for it, but those hostas got burned out and were dead in one summer. So the next very important thing about the sun and how the sun matters a whole lot is you need to know your yard, how the sun flows, what certain parts of your yard get full sun and partial shade, so you can know to correct or plant the best plant for that area. Because if you don't know where the sun goes, you'll be planting like a shade lover somewhere that gets full sun, and that shade lover ain't gonna be happy. That will not be thriving. This daily flower bed is not thriving. Many years ago, our neighbor moved in, put up a fence, we planted some very tall trees. Now they only get about an hour of sun, if that a day, and they are full sun plants. They need more sun. So I think I'll be transplanting these. To recap, the sun matters, and man, the sun matters a whole ton. So know your zone, know the sun-loving plants, the shade-loving plants, and know your yard and the area the sun hits the most and the sun hits the very least, so you can pick the best plants. So if you have any comments about this, I would love to hear any comments about your area and what your zone is. So remember, work hard, play hard, have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next project.